Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be around the world. Welcome to the IAG Live Streaming Show for Friday, the 26th of September for you, but it's still Thursday, the 25th of September for me, because I am in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada, in the United States of America. Yes, I have been here since Tuesday evening. It's now Thursday evening for me, and I will be here for a long time, nearly a month. Yes, a long time in Las Vegas, primarily for G2E and our Day Zero party, CDC Gaming's Day Zero party on Sunday, the 5th of October. So if you want to come to that and you haven't got an invitation yet, contact us at IAG and we can help. And we have our intrepid studio producer all the way in Macau, Oscar Guiaro. Come on in, Oscar. How are you?
I'm fine. You?
Did you survive the super typhoon?
Yeah. Having fun watching those videos with people fishing on the streets.
Fishing on the streets, yes, I saw those videos too. So everybody panicked and went home and locked up the office. And I see you're in the office there. One or two others made it back to the office now.
Yeah. It was okay, but later, the government made well this time. Huh? It was everything, a lot of announcement on the SMS, and so we make it much better. I think they learned the lesson from Hato.
I was getting messages in Las Vegas from them, so it was not particularly necessary for me, but I was keeping track of everyone there. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Oscar.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. All right. Well, yes, as I said, I'm here in Las Vegas and here for G2E primarily, and the boys will be arriving soon. Ben and Jadeson will be coming over from Macau, and of course the whole CDC team, IAG's sister company in the United States, will be here. Corey, and I think it's about could be as many as a dozen people from the CDC team covering G2E. That's their biggest show of the year. All right, well, let's go through a little bit of the stories from this week. Now, I did do an impromptu live streaming show on Tuesday, so we haven't got that many stories. I've actually just picked out 6 stories since Tuesday, which I think are worthy of having a quick chat about. I thought this one was very interesting. Paradise, that's the Korean Paradise, not the Macau Paradise, Paradise Co., paid US $151 million to acquire the Grand Hyatt Incheon West Tower near Paradise City. Now, this is all about them increasing their key count. So I think they went from 700 odd to 1,200 odd, if I'm not mistaken. Oscar, if you scroll down the story there, I'm sure Ben has published those numbers there somewhere. Let's have a look. Where have we got key count in there? I see increase in tourism. Yep. So this takes them, there it is in the second paragraph, 769 up to 1,270. So Paradise obviously confident about an increase in the need for rooms. There has been increased sales from Paradise. They are the number one foreign visitation casino in Korea. The chain of properties that they've got Walker Hill, of course. They've got Busan. They've got another one in Seoul. And then their main integrated, they're all just ordinary small casinos. Then they've got their main integrated resort, Paradise City, which of course they only own 55% of. That's a 55-45 JV with Sega Sammy. I actually met the CEO of Paradise Co. earlier this year at Incheon, at Paradise City. Very interesting guy. And he was basically telling me that, their big hope is to get locals gaming. Of course, that's what it's all about. So they're just biding their time until that happens. But interesting that they decided to expand, spend $150 million getting more hotel rooms. So business must be good. Well, actually, we've been reporting that their sales have been up recently. So that's an interesting one as a foil. Oh, hello. We've got the comments coming in now. Johnny, good morning, everyone. Well, thank you, Johnny. Thank you for saying good morning, everyone. Yes, new feature on the IAG live streaming show. We're now taking comments. A few people have asked me why we don't have comments, and the answer is because we hadn't got around to it yet, but we have now. So, as I was saying, Paradise getting ready for locals gaming, I think, or even just expanding their key count because business is up anyway. So that's good. All right, next one, Oscar. Next story that I pulled out. Oh, the Star. New South Wales regulator says the Star Sydney's casino licence to remain suspended for another 6 months. Well, it's been 3 years. I mean, let's scroll down, Oscar. I mean, this is just a debacle now. I mean, what do you have to do to lose your licence in New South Wales? I mean, so Philip Crawford, the head of the NICC's come out. The license will remain suspended. I think they're suspending the license because they don't know how to take it away, or if they take it away, it'll be just too much of a nightmare. And then there's the whole Bally's thing as well. I mean, they've asked. I mean, Nicholas Weeks, how long do you have a babysitter for? I mean, he's had a babysitter for 3 years there at Star. So they've extended Nicholas Weeks' commission for the same period of time, of course, because he will be the babysitter through that period. He was to expire on 30th of September, in just a few days from now. They've extended it for another 6 months, so that'll be 3.5 years. I mean, come on, we're getting on towards half a decade here. I mean, are they suitable or not? They're not suitable. They've said they're not suitable. So what's going to happen here? I mean, just going on here, just having a look at what Ben's written here. Star's casino license was initially suspended following there was the first Bell inquiry. Then there was the second Bell inquiry where they did all those text messages came out between the then CEO and the then chairman. I mean, there's huge cultural problems here at Star. Look at them compared to Crown. I mean, Crown managed to get their act together and do all their whole remediation, which was an enormous job in 2 years. I mean, just scroll down a little bit, Oscar. Former Crown Resorts chief Stephen McCann was later brought in by Star as group CEO to oversee the company's transformation process. Well, that may be true, but he never really oversaw the company's transformation process at Crown. That was Kieran Carruthers that did that. I mean, what Steve McCann did do was brilliantly, was to negotiate the sale on behalf of Packer and the existing equity holders to Blackstone for, what was it, 6 billion US or 9 billion Australian. A ferocious amount of money for what Crown is. And I'm sure Blackstone are ruining the decision, ruining the overpayment there. That's what McCann really did. He didn't oversee a transformation process. So, I mean, that doesn't mean he can't oversee Sydney's transformation process. Of course, he can, but by no means is he the expert in it because of his time at Crown. So I'm just staggered that this is going on and on and on, and how long can it go on for? So, and the other thing is you've got Bally's waiting in the wings. They've been approved by the shareholders. What is the regulator, Philip Crawford or the NICC, what are they doing about the Bally's acquisition? They should come out and tell people so they know what the situation is. So this is just staggering to me, and I don't know. It's just a dead duck, isn't it? Isn't it the Star? So I mean, they say that they're remediating. I mean, they're saying. I mean, everything they say here. Like, look at the last paragraph. The Star's committed to continuing its transparent and constructive relationship with the manager. Oh yeah, it's transparent, constructive relationship with the manager. They wanted to get rid of it. They wanted to kill him, or not. Well, figuratively kill him. I should make that clear. But remember those text messages where they were going to undermine him and all of this. I mean, admittedly, that was not McCann, but the cultural problems at Star and the refusal to sort of acknowledge their sins and to work with the babysitter, as I call him, or the regulator, or even various inquiries, is huge. So, yeah. I mean, congratulations to Crown. This just goes to show what a good job Crown has done. So, anyway, all right, let's move on, Oscar. Next one. Enough for start. Here we go. I've got messengers put a message up there. Hello from Macau. Good morning, Andrew. Well, good morning to you, Scott. No, you must be in the office. Or I assume you're in the office. Philippines gaming tech firm DigiPlus files license applications with the South African regulator. I thought this was really interesting. So DigiPlus has been really successful in the Philippines, as you know. The Pigo situation, the online gaming associated with land-based casinos. There's been a lot of talk about that, and a lot of discussion about that at the IAG Expo a couple of weeks ago, and it's been a huge issue. And DigiPlus is the biggest player by far, sort of related to Casino Plus, but a different company. But interesting, DigiPlus is trying to spread its wings. It got a license in Brazil, and now it's going for this license in South Africa. Well, I guess it's diversifying in case the Philippines cancels the online gaming, which I don't think they will. Just scroll down, Oscar. Let's have a bit of a read here of the story. So DigiPlus formally filed with the South African's West Cape Gaming and Racing Board. Oh, let's have a look here. Excuse my yawning. It's been a long day. All right, manufacturer's license, a bookie's license, and a bookmaker premises license. So yeah, basically trying to diversify. And it's great to see Filipino companies expanding out of the Philippines. That's really interesting. Anyway, next one, Oscar. Oh, this is worthy of a whole separate video. I mean, oh, wow. The Thai Senate rejects the casino bill. Well, not unexpected after Paitongtarn Shinawatra was ousted as Prime Minister, the sixth Prime Minister to be ousted by the Constitutional Court or some other similar method, not the people. Anyway, she and her family were supporting the bill. The Senate was very much against it. I gave evidence to the Senate. You could just see that they didn't understand the bill at all. And the guy that was leading it, Dr. V, as they call him, clearly put in there to try to stymie the progress. Clearly, I mean, the Senate is controlled by the military and the monarchy there, not the forces for progress. So this is all collapsed. Scroll down a bit, Oscar. I mean, I remember they said some ridiculous things here. First of all, any future attempt should be accompanied by a referendum. Well, if there's going to be a referendum, it's never going to get through because the people are just going to jump on the bandwagon of no. The Special Senate Committee, that's the one I gave evidence to, chaired by Dr. Veerapan, Dr. V, as they call him, Sivanamai, formally rejected. Well, so they didn't reject it because they don't like casinos. They rejected it on political grounds. So in Thailand, each issue comes up, and it's not really studied on the merits of the issue. It's a political football. And if one side supports, then the side that's against that side has to not support. Or if one side doesn't support, then the side that's against them has to support. You always have to do the opposite to what the other side is doing. So, look, this became a political football, and as soon as the issue becomes a political football and it's being used for bigger political ends rather than on the merits of the actual initiative itself, it's doomed. I mean, look at this. Committee members also proposed studying alternative models for legalised casinos, although many of the proposals are questionable at best, including the development of entertainment complexes without casinos. You can't have entertainment complexes without casinos. I mean, it's such a naive and childish thing to say. Or why don't we just do all this without the big bad casino? Because the casino pays for everything, you idiots. So, I mean, I don't know. And then limited access casino zones with strict controls and regulated online. That's not going to work. because you're just banning it for most people, so you get rid of the ability of it to send the underground people away. If you make it too hard to access, then the underground, the illegal operators still have a platform. And this, I mean, listen to this ridiculous statement. I saw in there something about where's the Australian thing, Oscar, which was just wrong. Where's the mention of Australia, Oscar? Yeah, here we go. One senator suggested following the Australian model of restricting casino access to registered tourists. Well, that doesn't happen in Australia. That's just wrong. We don't restrict it to registered tourists. And by the way, what's a registered tourist? I mean, I don't know. They don't even understand what the rules are in other places. I know for a fact that some of these politicians were taken on some trips to casinos in other parts of the world. I'm not going to say where. And they just treated it as a holiday. They didn't really treat it as a fact-finding mission. And they just enjoyed the drink and the good time. So they were perfectly prepared to have a good time in integrated resorts for themselves, but not for their people. So, look, I'm firmly of the view that there will be integrated resorts in Thailand one day. It's not going to be anytime soon, but it's a perfect location for it in many ways. But it's never going to work. These big international companies are never going to invest billions and billions of dollars until there's some stability in the government. So we might be waiting for a while. Or there's at least stability from the government in this issue. So future governments can't turn around and wreck what previous governments have done. So, yeah, it's purely the political system in Thailand that's stopping this moving forward. And it's terrible for the people of Thailand because there'd be such a great economic benefit for the people of Thailand with relatively small, relatively few social problems. We've learned how to ameliorate those social problems now. We've learned from Singapore, we've learned from Australia, we've learned from the US, we've even learned from Macau. So, we can ameliorate those things. Sure, yes, there are some social problems come, but they're relatively minor compared to the massive benefits that integrated resorts bring. Anyway, it's their loss, I suppose. All right, Oscar, on to the next one. Yes, the super typhoon came through Ragasa. Casinos were closed for 33 hours, quite a long time. And just scroll down, Oscar. We've got some pretty pictures here. Well, they're not so pretty, actually. There's some flooding in Macau. Macau always floods whenever there's a typhoon in the northwest corner, particularly. Scroll down a bit, Oscar. Yeah, just basically noting that the casinos were closed for 33 hours. So GGR should be down a little bit. And they closed it a couple of hours before it went to T8 and then remained closed all through T9, T10. Then it went back to T8. And I think it took them about 5 hours to get them open again. I think they opened about 2 a.m. on Thursday. All right, next one, Oscar. Well, this is just the star again. Queensland's taken a slightly different approach. They haven't suspended the Stars license in the Gold Coast, but they have appointed a babysitter, the same babysitter, Nick Weeks. So if you just scroll down, Oscar, so there's very little difference really in what they've done. They have taken a different approach. They haven't, in Queensland, they haven't suspended Stars license, but let's read, deferred any action on suspending the license for another year. Another year. So that'll be 4 years. To 30 September 2026. But Weeks is still overseeing Star Queensland's operations as special manager. So they've still got a special manager. They just haven't suspended their license. And I think, this comes one day after the New South Wales decision we spoke about. So they're obviously working somewhat in tandem. So they just keep Nick Weeks on babysitting the Star management ad infinitum. Interesting. Next one, Oscar. I think that might be it. I think that's it. It is it. All right. Well, there's a few interesting stories over the last few days. As I said, if you haven't got an invitation to the Day Zero party on Sunday, October the 5th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in Las Vegas at Resorts World Las Vegas, and you want one, please let us know. We can arrange that for you. There'll be people there from CDC. There'll be people there from IAG. Quite a good contingent at G2E from Macau. I just saw the list of people coming over, quite senior and a decent number of people. So G2E is still a big show for Macau and Philippines and the rest of Asia Pacific. So that's it from me for now. We'll see you next Friday on the IAG live streaming show. Have a great weekend and see you then. Bye for now.